Hey everyone, I'm Bibi, and today I'm going over my top 10 favorite experiments. Okay, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, experiments are kind of a race of aliens from the series Lilo and Stitch, in case you've never seen Lilo and Stitch. They were created by Jumba Chukipa. They're illegal genetic experiments. I don't know why it's illegal to make them, but you know it is. The Galactic Alliance does not tolerate this. They're against it. But when they were all accidentally released onto Earth, they made it Lilo's mission to capture them all and give them all purposes, which she did. There's 629 of them. They didn't actually show them all in the show, thank God. But these are just my 10 favorites, so let's get into it. Number 10 is Swapper. I only really put Swapper here because he has 2 heads, and I like that. Swapper's powers is that he can swap people's minds, so just say, you know, he could switch the mind of Lilo and Nani, basically. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like those powers. I just like his design though. In fact, he has 2 heads, and I think each head has the same personality though. They don't really seem any different. But yeah, Swapper is cool. I don't remember what number he is though. I should have put the number somewhere. Yeah, I should have. I guess I don't need to know the numbers really. It's hard to remember them all. Come on. Number 9 is Houdini. Houdini's just a little rabbit. He's adorable. His power is that he can turn invisible or disappear. It's kind of unclear which one it is. But he turns things invisible, but then he can also disappear. It's like, it's very inconsistent with what one it is. They're kind of the same, but they're not. But yeah, one time he actually turned Stitch invisible, and it was hilarious. But yeah, Houdini is adorable. His powers are cool. I like him. It's kind of weird though, because he does this little scream and it sounds like he can talk, but he can't. Number 8 is Melty. Melty's a dragon. How can you go wrong with that? Everyone knows how much I love dragons. But his power is that he can melt stuff, kind of obvious with his name. But yeah, he's a dragon, and that's basically the only reason I put him on here. He is so cute. He's not the best dragon, obviously. That goes to Toothless. And now I can't ever do a top 10 dragons, because now you know who number 1 is. What am I talking about? You know who number 1 is for this list already. Number 7 is Mr. Stenchy. That is his name. Arguably, he's the cutest of all the experiments. His power is that he smells really bad. That's literally his power. Like, he's not really evil, but like, that's his power. He smells bad. I don't know what he smells like, because obviously he's not real, but like, that's his power. What else do you want me to say? But he's adorable though, really adorable. Number 6 is Fibber. I really surprisingly liked a lot of the orange experiments, because I also like Sample and Heat, who are honorable mentions. But I had to go with Fibber for the orange ones. He's my favorite one. He's so cute. He is so cute. His little big head, he's got 4 ears as well. It's so adorable. His power, if you didn't know, he can detect when you're lying. So if you tell a lie, he'll do a little noise. It's a horrible noise as well, but, you know, that is his power. So, he's so cute though. I love him. It's just, I don't know what else to say. He's just a little ball, basically. And I like it. Number 5 is Sparky. I think he was the first experiment we ever saw aside from Stitch. I don't remember. I don't remember if we saw Ruben first or if we saw Sparky first. But, yeah, he was one of the first ones we ever saw. He's really cool though. He's got electric powers. He powers a lighthouse. Like that's his purpose. He was the first experiment that Lilo ever turned good, you know, aside from Stitch. But yeah, he's really cool. I like him. There's also another electric experiment, which is kind of weird to be honest, but alright. He's also the first experiment that Stitch ever met, because he never met them before until, like, the show came out. Like, that's what the show is about. So yeah, it was really cute when they met, and he was learning that they're kind of similar, because, you know, they were made by Jumba. They have retractable arms. All the experiments, I think, have retractable arms. Like, a second set. So, and yeah, he's really cool. I like him. Number 4 is Ruben. I can't not put Ruben on this. Ruben is awesome. Ruben is 625, like the closest one to Stitch. I remember the last 4's experiment numbers, but like it's because they're the easiest ones to remember. Yeah, I really do like Ruben a lot. His whole purpose is that he makes sandwiches. But in Leroy and Stitch, you learn that he's actually smart, and he actually helps Lilo fix their ship to go rescue Stitch from Leroy, and it's really cool. I like it a lot. And plus, Ruben's really cute. He's just a yellow Stitch. Like, what else can you say? He's also the first one we ever heard, like, talk normal instead of their language, which I don't know what their language is called. Can someone maybe tell me that? Because I don't know. Number 3 is Leroy. Not to be confused with 627. 627 can stay dehydrated. But Leroy, I love him a lot. He is, I don't know why, but they always say this and it really annoys me. But like 627, whose name is Evil, by the way, that's literally his name. It's spelled with an E at the end. So yeah, Evil and Leroy are literally the exact same character. But so like, what was the point of that? They're both an evil, stronger version of Stitch, and it's like, what, like, why? Like, why did you just do the exact same character all over again? Like, I like Leroy more than Evil, but that's not the point. The point is that there was no point in the 627 episode ever existing. Leroy is actually 629 though. We never saw 628, but we did see their experiment pod. That's when they dehydrate. They get turned into these little balls with their number on them. But that's all we know about 628. We don't know anything else about them, but that's fine. Leroy is also the last experiment ever created that we know of, because we don't know if Jumbo ever made another one. But I like to think that Leroy was his last one, because come on, they're all evil. Like, he took out the part of their brain that can be turned good, so now they're all evil and can never be turned good again. And Leroy also is really probably the strongest experiment, because in the movie Lilo and Stitch, you know, they created an army of Leroys, and one of them kidnapped every experiment, and they were winning until, you know, Jumbo said their weakness, which is the song Aloha Hoi. Aloha Oi, sorry. So yeah, that is their weakness, which is hilarious. But they were winning until then, so yeah, arguably Leroy is the strongest of all the experiments, just that he has this one weakness. Number 2 is Angel. Angel is 624. One behind Leroy, no, not Leroy, one behind Ruben. But there is a purpose for that, because Angel is a siren. She can control the other experiments with her singing. But Ruben, Stitch, Evil, 628, and Leroy are all immune to it because they were made after her. So that's why she's 624. Like, the reason why they made her 624. Although she is just the female version of Stitch, and it's actually hilarious. You know, she's only actually been important in 2 episodes of the show, and in the anime apparently, which I haven't seen, she has a bigger purpose. But like, I don't know if I'll watch that. But yeah, I do like her a lot, and her and Stitch's relationship is adorable. They love each other so much. And like, what else do I need to say? She is marketed just as much as Stitch though, because arguably Stitch is the second most marketable Disney character, right behind Mickey. And I think Angel is probably right behind him as well. Because even though a lot of people probably don't even know who she is like in every single marketing with Stitch. But of course she is. She's a pink Stitch. How are you not going to market that? They only just started really marketing Leroy now though, which is kind of weird because it's been like almost 18 years since the movie came out, the Leroy and Stitch movie. But yeah, you know, Angel's cute. Her song is interesting though. I honestly can't play it, but if you want to hear it, just Google Angel's song and you'll hear it. I'm starting to think my lists are too cliche, because who else is number 1 gonna be? Come on. Why wouldn't it be Stitch? We got to know Stitch from the very first movie, Lilo and Stitch, obviously. Like, of course it's gonna be Stitch. Why would it be anyone else? Stitch is always gonna be my favorite of all the experiments. And not just that, but he's always gonna be my favorite Disney character. I only just started collecting Stitch merch for some reason. I don't know why I never did before. But I have a crystal Stitch on my black table. You saw it at my room tour. I have a Stitch glass as well. That's really cool. And obviously my Stitch plushie with my Angel and Leroy as well, which are behind the Flareon. But yeah, I love Stitch a lot. I love Lilo and Stitch a lot. I watch it all the time. It is one of my favorite Disney films. Not my absolute favorite though. That goes to Moana. But yeah, I love Stitch so much. And obviously he's blue and fluffy. Like, what? How can you beat him? And his journey of like being a monster and then learning to love his found family is amazing. You know, Lilo and Stitch did a found family way before like a lot of other shows and movies did it. Because that's like a big trend now. Not a trend. It's not a trend. I can't say that. Because it is important that found families are real. But yeah, Lilo and Stitch did it first. I'm just saying. They probably didn't, but the first thing I remember seeing it in. But Stitch is adorable, and I love him, and I really do not want to know what he looks like in the live-action Lilo and Stitch. That's gonna be terrifying. That was my list of my top 10 favorite Lilo and Stitch experiments. Let me know who your favorite experiment is in the comments down below, if you even know them all. And please like and subscribe. And I'm Vivi, and I'll see you next time. Bye!